Hey guys, Dr. Josh Mattson here with Infinity Chiropractic Center. We just got a new toy. Christmas came early for us, so I'm going to explain what it is. It's a lot of fun for kids to help them to reintegrate sensory systems with their motor systems or their movement systems. So a lot of kids have sensory deficits. A lot of kids are diagnosed with sensory processing disorder, which basically meaning their sensory systems aren't giving them good information for them to produce appropriate actions or responses to. So what we do, we just got this, is called a neurosensory motor integrator, or also known as NSI. But what it helps us to do is after an adjustment, we give an adjustment, helps with perception, helps remove interference, helps kids to function better. But then right after it, what's the best thing to do? Well, the best thing to do is to use those systems and work on reintegrating their sensory systems with their movement systems right away. So we got this machine that allows us to do that. It does a lot of really cool stuff. I'm going to give you a sneak peek into it really quick because there's some cool stuff it can do. So like, let's say we have a kid that has visual tracking issues and their motor systems aren't connected with it very well. They can't. They're not very accurate with their movement systems because their eyes are throwing it off. So we make an adjustment. We work on a little bit of vestibular type of stuff or getting them better balance and coordination, and we bring them in here and we have them do testing where what we can do is these dots pop up all over the place, and so they put dots in every different area of their visual field, and then the areas that they're least accurate in, it'll tell me. So it'll give me a percentage at the end. So it will give me a percentage, like if their lower left area isn't as good or their upper right, and so I can say, oh, the light just went off. So it'll tell me that what areas they're weak in, so we can work on those areas more and help them to reintegrate that weak area more effectively of their vision and get them more accurate. And a lot of times you'll see, even if I test them before an adjustment and after an adjustment, they do much better, and they're a lot more efficient and accurate. So we can use stuff like that to improve hand-eye coordination with kids that either aren't catching or aren't throwing well, or they're just not tracking stuff efficiently. Other stuff we can do that's really cool is a lot of times you'll have kids that are toe walkers, or kids don't have good perception of where they are in space. Like maybe they'll be leaned really far forward, or they'll be leaned really far backwards, or tilting off to one side. We have, this tells us where their center of mass is. So we use a Wii board, and you can stand on it, and it tells you where, so they'll stand with both feet on it, like this, and it tells you where their center of mass is. If they're really far back, you can close their eyes, and a lot of kids will be, if they're toe walkers, they'll be leaned all the way forward, and this will show us where their center of gravity is. And when we work on them, we see how that changes and how they get better perception of where they should be in space. Let's see here. What else is there? There's a lot of really cool stuff, like kids that have eye tracking issues. They can't do pursuits. So a pursuit helps kids to track really, really slowly. A lot of kids that have reading issues, their eyes will be super skippy. They'll be jumping all over the place. We can do pursuits, which, whoopsies, that's the wrong one. We can do, sorry, I'm going to do this one, tracking, where I can draw wherever I want them to track to, and it will send this dot, and they can track it all the way through that really, really slowly. That helps them to slow down their eye movements and helps them to concentrate. So kids with attention issues, their eyes are all over the place all the time. This helps them to slow their world down. Let's see, what else is there? There's a lot of other stuff like frontal lobe tasks we can have them do, like having them copy certain things, which a lot of kids with right frontal lobe issues or weaknesses, they can't visualize this and then create this. So basically what they do is they connect the dots to match this exact same thing. So as kids, we start working on their frontal lobes and getting that developed more effectively and giving them better executive functions. We can do tasks on there like that too, and that helps with visual motor stuff to help them to stay stable and do things like that. So it's a really cool tool. It's going to allow us to help a lot more kids with different issues and things like that. But the biggest thing is, after we work on them, we can reintegrate their movement systems to help them to function a lot better. So if anyone has any questions on it, please ask. But anyways, just wanted to share with you. It'll be really, really fun for a lot of our patients, and it's also a fun thing that kids love to do when they come to the office because it feels like a game to them. So, but anyways, have a great day. Enjoy your Thursday, and have a Merry Christmas.